Darby McCarthy is a very interesting man because the extraordinary thing about him was, despite his extremely humble beginnings at Cunnamulla and out at Thargomindah and on stock horses and that sort of thing, his ability to morph into what he perceived the occasion needed, whether it was the Centenary Cup or Royal Ascot or France, was extraordinary.
The character that I'm aware that Darby had was resilience, perseverance, engaging personality, and an ability to just succeed. Highly respected and highly regarded jockey who was able to succeed at a young age at elite level racing with Stradbroke handicaps, Brisbane Cups, and then AJC derbies, and also ride in a Melbourne Cup as a young man, and just such a iconic Australian sportsman and jockey.
Darby McCarthy's one of the best jockeys I've ever seen, and I've been going to the track for well over 50 years. He was just a natural.
I think that he was an outstanding horseman, a great rider. The horseman part of it I emphasise, and consequently his riding was just outstanding.
They called George Moore cotton fingers. I think Darby had silk fingers. I think that's a bit softer than cotton, isn't it?
I know that Darby started his life, David, in very, very difficult circumstances. That's the thing about Darby McCarthy that I've always absolutely admired, the way that he started his life and then worked himself up to the situation that he was, one of the best of all time.
I remember seeing a photo of Darby on the Great Horse Hyperno. I cut that photo out to sit on my wall, you know. I never really got to know him until I was about 17 or 18 or something when I finally met him, and he came to Toowoomba to the track, and I was so proud to be able to be in the shadow of the great Darby McCarthy.
The Derby once in the racing, he just left us for dead, and he just won it easy.
For Darby to come along and present so well and so eloquently, it really put jockeys on the path of being recognised as top sports people, and then that was continued through the likes of Scobie Breesley and even through recent times when the Professor really brought the professional jockeys right to the forefront, that they are professional athletes.
He was always regarded as one of those jockeys that would give a horse every chance. You read about his stories. He was in the media quite often. He was photogenic, he was flamboyant, he was obviously a top horseman.
And they split the line camera, this time on the Epsom. You can bet London to a brick on Broker's Tip.
As I started to study the history of Australian racing, Darby began to mean different things to me, and one of the most fascinating things about him is his preeminence as an Aboriginal jockey.
But it's Divide and Rules, Darby, by Concord, trying hard to get to him, so too is Gallicus, but Divide and Rule is too good. Divide and Rule first, a dirty for second in the Derby.
Any jockey to pull off that double would be surely cheered home like you wouldn't believe.
Darby McCarthy was an absolutely iconic figure amongst the jockey ranks. He presented himself so professionally He loved to dress well, he loved to look the part, but he also had the God-given natural horsemanship ability to see him at the absolute top of his profession. If I was to link him with people of recent times, there are some names that probably pop into our heads, but I think Darby stands alone for so many aspects of his fantastic career and his fantastic contribution to this great sporting industry in Australia.